Hello, this is Tech 406, and in this very first video that I'm going to be posting, we are going to look at Windows 2.03. And first, how these video series are going to work. First, let me explain that. The video series will work by first showing the result and what you're actually going to be able to do in the end, and then after that, the second part of the video is going to show how to get to that result. So, let's go through this first result first, and I could then give you kind of an idea on how this works. That way, when viewers go through the videos, they don't have to fast forward to the end to kind of see what's going to happen, what they're going to end up doing. They can just watch the first part of the video and see exactly what the result's going to be at the very end of the entire how-to type thing. And I'll be going through almost every single operating system I can think of here, well, except Mac OS X, because that one I can't legally emulate, legally simulate or whatever, virtualize. So we can't go through Mac OS X, but I'll be going through all the Windows ones, lots of different Linux systems, and explaining various different things on how to do various stuff in those systems and how to get yourself up and running in certain aspects. But for this very first video, I'm going to do something really interesting and go with Windows 2.03, just for kind of the sheer fun of it. So here we go with VirtualBox, opening up Windows 2.03, and all these examples are going to be done through VirtualBox. So here we are, and just to show you Windows 2.03 first, before we do anything else, we're going to go into here, and here's Windows 2.03. We have a working CD drive, working floppy, and we can, everything works as it should, right? So, and then at the very end of this video, we're also, by the time you finish watching this and go through everything, you're also going to know how to do this as well with net start. This script here gives you the ability to access files on your local computer through regular Windows file sharing. So we're just initializing the IP address here for you can actually see how this works, and then I'm going to show you how the files are accessed in that. So I don't think I actually have a file currently that I can use. I'm trying to think here what I can put in there. It is taking a few moments, it seems. Maybe I'll take a few moments. I will go into here and show you the structure here. So what we have under the data, we have inbox. Everything in here can be accessed by the DOS system. So actually, what we're gonna do, maybe I should actually. Let's copy over an exe as an example, just to show you how this works. So we're going to copy that into data. So now when you access data, you should be able to see this exe file here. So we're going to move this away again. Press enter. We don't need to order a password for this. Okay, so we're going to go net use /lmserv is the actual service that we're going to be calling, and it's going to be /data. And hopefully we get a success message, but the DHCP there took a while for some reason. Oh, it worked though. Good. And there you go. So you can see this file now. So if we go to, say, the C drive, create a temp directory, and then copy e:\wg1049.exe over here. Then we can type in wg1049, and as you noticed, so you can copy files directly from your Linux box over, or rather any Windows file share technically over to your DOS system. And of course these can be accessed, like we didn't have to do it through this way. We can go actually first I'm going to do a net use something else first. I'm going to go net use, we're going to go F, and we're going to go lm serve / inbox. So now F is the inbox directory, so we're going to go into the Windows now, and we're going to show you the networking works in Windows 2.0. So we have here, we have this. That's that file. Then we have the inbox here. We can store files. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a copy. We're going to copy this to /temp. So now you have the file in your temp. So we go here, go /temp. There's the file there, right? And then in the inbox, we're going to try copying a file from the C now. So we're going to go here. We're going to say copy. There's a paint program, so I'm going to draw a picture just for the heck of it, and then copy it over to. I'm just going to draw anything because I don't really feel like drawing stuff. Is that a 3D cube thingy? Oh, that's kind of neat, isn't it? Wonder how that works. I wonder how you can create 3D cubes. I never actually tried this paint program really so much. I don't know. Anyway, so we're going to try saving this file as on the F drive. We're going to go F:/my pick. Press OK. So it's an MSP file apparently. So now we're going to move this. We're going to look into this inbox, and you should see mypick.msp. So this shows that you can easily transfer files over and through from your main machine over into your Windows 2.0 machine / DOS machine, and vice versa. So, but yeah. So during this video, we're going to basically do a full installation of installation of DOS, the easy way, and then we're going to do installation of Windows 2.03 as well, and show you how to set up the networking and everything like that as well, to make it all work exactly as you just saw there. So hopefully this video will help you, and yeah, let's get on to the next section now with installing Windows 2.03. Okay, so here we go with the Windows 2.03 installation. So first you want to go to New, and then we'll just call this Win 203, and we want to select Other and just select DOS, and then let's do just want 4 megs, and we'll create a new virtual disk. Go create, and create as 500. That should be fine. You can do obviously less, but the disk stretches as you need it. And then we go to settings, and then we have to disable a few things. So we go into system, acceleration, just disable those, we don't need them. Display, that's everything there is fine. Storage, we can keep everything there. Actually, we need to select the DOS floppy for we can actually boot. And then here we are going to we don't need that just yet. I'll do that later on afterwards. There's no audio support with Windows 2.03. We don't need that. We are going to enable the network adapter because we're going to want to use that. So we're going to go to host only adapter. You can set it to whatever you want, but we only want to access the host here. So when this is, and all this other settings are completely fine. We don't want USB and everything else like that. So we click OK. And now we're ready to start up and do our installation sequence. So click install, and then we're just gonna get it going here. Okay, so with this special DOS disk that I have, I just have to run a few commands to actually get it installed, get everything I need running. And now we're good to go. So we can remove the disk, and we're going to do a Control Delete and reboot. And now it locates that. And then something we do need to do though is I have to load in another disk here, because what we're going to do is we're going to load in some special drivers. So we're going to go mkdir DOS here. I'm going to go D. We're going to go cd system / DOS 622. Oops. cd system / MS-DOS / DOS 622. Then we're going to go copy power.exe to C, and then we're going to go copy setver. You need setver to run Windows 2.0 on DOS 622, so we have to copy that as well to C. And then we're going to use the edit program on here to edit our configsys now. And we have HiMem currently disabled right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to go device equals /DOS /power.exe, then device cd.dos / setver exe to set the version. Okay. And we're going to go DOS equals high, upper memory block to give us some more free space where we can actually do stuff. And then we save and we can exit. And then we're going to take a quick peek at our auto exec here for you can kind of see how this looks, which is currently empty apparently. No, it's not empty, I just spelled it wrong. Auto exes. Yep, and it just loads the Oak CD-ROM there. Okay. So now we don't need anything else on that disk, so we're going to remove that disk out of the machine. There, all stuff should be there, and now we're going to do a nice restart, and now it should load the power driver, which is going to lower I think that's probably why I didn't load HiMem, because HiMem is not really there, but HiMem doesn't really matter anyways at this moment, so we can just deal with that after. But now, since I want to show you, since it loaded the power driver, I actually want to show you what happens with that. So I want to open up my local task manager here, and as you notice, here's the VirtualBox process for Windows 203. You notice that it's taking up no CPU at all. And if you ever installed DOS before in a virtual machine, you would notice it would take a lot more CPU usage if you don't install like programs such as DOS idle or something. You don't need DOS idle. You don't need those programs. You can use the regular run-of-the-mill power.exe, which enables APM support, which is perfect. You don't need DOS idle, you don't need all the other crap, you just need power.exe, which ships with MS-DOS, and it's all you need to make it work. No, you don't need any other stuff that all the forums tell you. Just use DOS exe and you're good to go. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to install the Windows 203 image. So it's a floppy disk here. We're going to go to floppy disk number 1 for this, and then just go A setup. And we're going to continue the setup. We're going to install /Windows is fine. We're PC 100% compatible. And here we can go with a 100 compatible VGA adapter, because we have VGA here, so we'll go with that. US keyboard. And then we want to connect it using the PS2 mouse port. So we're going to use this one here, would be the best one to use, and then enter, and then no change, and then now it asks you to swap all the disks through. So just go through all the disks it requests. Then after disk 3 you'll get more questions here. Just for the printer we can just continue that, we don't need to worry about that. Just select that, and then we have the fonts disk. Now the fonts disk is, I believe, disk number 5. Nope, it's disk number 6 then. Disk number 6, yep. And then desktop applications, I believe, is 8. Yep. And then the final disk, which is disk 9. And we're finished setup. And we can type in Win now, and it should boot up Windows 203. And as you can see, it works fairly fine. So we have Windows 203. Isn't that cool? So, and it worked perfectly fine. Now the next step is the networking. So we're going to remove we don't need the Windows disk in there anymore, and we're going to put in another disk that has a bunch of DOS drivers in it. So we're going to go drivers. I believe it is under I think it is this one actually, to be honest. Well, let's go into here just so if I can show you the CD-ROM support works right away. Yep, we have net. We go to DOS. Nope, that's not it then. That's TCP/IP for Windows 3.11. So this disk is not the one that I want then. It has other stuff, but it doesn't have. I think it might actually be a floppy disk. Let me see here. It's got like lots of floppies too. Yeah, 'cause I know it's not the PCnet one at all. Yeah, it is on. It has to be on a virtual CD-ROM. I just need to figure out which one it's under now. That's not it. It's DOS apps, I believe. Yep, there it is, and here's MS Client. You can find this by going to the Microsoft download site. It's a free download through the Microsoft FTP. You can do searches online for MS Client, but you'll be able to access. You'll see these two things right there. So those are the ones we need. So we're going to go back to DOS here. We're going to go. We're going to create a new directory called temp, I guess. Then we're going to go dir d. We're going to go d dsk31. D dsk32, and it's safe to overwrite these files, doesn't matter. There, and then after that you're left with all these files. Okay, and then the next thing you gotta do, we have to put the disk in that has the client, the network client stuff. So that is under, it's this one here, I do believe. Yep, that is that one. So the one we want is going to be, I believe, Windows for Workgroups 3.1. Yes, this is the one right here. So WFW 3.1, that's what we want. So we go setup now, after you know where it is. Network client, we install the /net. Examines our configuration. Might take a few moments. There are times where this actually does stall and then you have to reboot, but shouldn't do it too often. So we go A, Windows for Workgroups 3.1, enter, there we go. Default network client will use more memory for network buffers, but performance set up for best performance. Doesn't really matter. And then enter your username. So we're going to go tech406. And then you can set up the other information here too. I would recommend you can go through all this. You can change your work group, make sure your work group is set correctly. Change your computer name if you want to. And then you can also go to set up other options. Also change this to basic redirectory. You don't need the full redirectory because if you're not logging into a domain. So just change it to basic, and then you can You can also make it run the pop-up program as well if you want to be able to enable network browsing. Doesn't really matter. Turn on domain, and those are correct now. And then network configuration. For these, you actually will have to do modifications, especially for accessing your other file share. So you have to go add protocol. You'll want to add TCP/IP to that. And then you can... Oh, geez. Okay. Okay, that's not what I want. So, oh, there we go. Do a tab to do that, and you can just do that to make it TCP/IP only, and then you can do that, and then we're good to go now. And then it'll install, and then tell you if files have changed, and then you want to remove the disk actually. And then we reboot, and now we should have full networking support as well. Okay, and now we're going to try netuse e lmserve/data. Enter. There we go. We just accessed it, and everything is as it should be. Now we have our drive E there, we have our inbox, and we have the mypic MSP, which we open up, and you can see the file that was stored in the network. And that is Windows 2.03 installation with network support. And hope you like this video, and stay tuned for the rest in the series, which I'll add more Windows versions. I'll do some demonstration on Linux stuff, and then I'll also be making videos that will basically show you how to connect Linux and Windows machines together and do other interesting simulations in that. But yeah, so hopefully this video was helpful for you.